this is Sydney and today's video is going to be another this or that video, and I kind of gave you guys a teaser on my first this or that video that the second product range or product type would be a stick, highlighter and contour duo. So these are the products that I want to compare today. This product is something you guys would have probably seen from my previous video. I actually used it for several times, and this is the Etude House Play 101 Stick Contour Duo, and this one doesn't have any shades because they actually only come with one shade, and this is NYX's Wonder Stick in the shade light to medium. As far as I know, they come with 4 shades and this is one of the lighter shades, so I decided to go with this one. Before I start applying these products on my face, you can definitely tell the difference when it comes to the shades. That again is the downside of Korean cosmetics because we generally tend to have more narrow color range than foreign brands. Obviously NYX is a foreign brand, so they do carry a bit more color choices, but yeah, I just thought these two were really similar in terms of the concept. Price wise, they're both very affordable products. They're actually in similar price range. I think they're both around like $12 US, so price wise they're very similar, but I kind of wanted to see if they were different in terms of the texture, how it applies on the skin, so I wanted to compare these two Korean and foreign stick contour and highlighter duo. So I'll show you the swatch of the highlighter bit first. The next one kind of looks more like a lipstick, whilst the Etude House one looks more like crayon. Even just by looking at it from the tube, you can definitely tell that the NYX one is yellow based, whilst the Etude House one is a lot more pink based. The NYX one is definitely matte. It doesn't have any sort of sheen. It's just like a creamy, vanilla-y, very light nudie kind of skin tone shade, whilst the Etude House one, I can definitely tell that there is some kind of shimmer in it. That's the highlighter shade, and if we move on to the contour shade, which is very important when it comes to these kind of stick contours because they either tend to be too yellow or too red to use on our face as contour shades. The Etude House one is very yellow, and the NYX one is more sort of like a taupey grey toned contour shade. So when I first tried the Etude House one, I could straight off tell that it was very yellow based, which may look odd when you're trying to create like fake shadows on your face. So those were the swatches, and I want to demonstrate it on my face half like I did with my first video. I think I will try to contour the perimeters of my face, the cheekbones and the nose. Alright, so I think I'm going to start contouring my nose first, and in order to contour your nose with these kind of stick contours, you need brushes. You can definitely use fingers, but I personally find these brushes to be very handy and easier to use on my face. So I've chosen 2 synthetic brushes which are pretty similar in terms of the shape. They're both these kind of soft blending brushes with rather long bristles, so I'm going to use these on each side. I'll start with the Etude House one. I always tend to contour this bit, connecting the nose bridge and the beginning of my eyebrows, and because my nose is quite long, it's just average, but my other features aren't that very strong, so I'm gonna kind of shorten the length of my nose. I don't tend to do the middle bit when I'm contouring with these kind of cream contours or stick contours, so I'm gonna leave that space empty, and I'll do the same with the next one. I've not tried this on my face yet. I got it quite recently, so ooh. There we go. Oh my god, I look horrible. And before I blend that, I think I'm gonna do my face as well. I'll use the next one here. My face is very wide here. As you can see, my forehead is smaller than my chin, so I tend to kind of cut that area off. I don't necessarily have any kind of cheekbones because my cheeks are so chubby, but I think I'm going to try to attempt to carve out some cheekbones. I'm going to go back with the next one and kind of even out the contour. There we go. And I'm going to start by blending the nose contour on the NYX side first. And it does blend out quite naturally. I think I'm going to use this kind of sponge to blend out the contour on my face. I'll use this pointy bit for the next one. I've read the reviews on the NYX one and everyone said that the light to medium one is the most natural one in terms of the contour shade because it's very taupey and grey toned. Wow. So let's do this side as well. I'm taking a different brush. It's very important to use synthetic brush with these cream products. And I'm going to take the other end of the sponge to blend out the face contour. I think it will look good especially during the summertime when you get tanned a bit more, because then your face kind of turns more sort of yellowy tan. So this is the NYX side and this the ETUDE HOUSE side. I mean, can you tell the difference? This side is very sort of yellowy. For the nose, I can't really tell the difference. Maybe it's because I have very yellow skin tone to begin with. The ETUDE HOUSE side blends out really, really nice as well. I'm impressed. And now it's time to do the highlight. I'm going to do the ETUDE HOUSE side first, which is a lot more shimmery. And then I got a clean sponge to blend the highlighters with, so I'll start with this side. I personally find that starting with contour and going over with the highlights makes the contour to look a lot more natural. So this is how I like to kind of contour and highlight my face. I actually really like this ETUDE HOUSE highlight a bit. And I'm going to take the other end and do this side. This one is a very subtle highlight shade. So that's this side done. And I'm just going back to my blusher and lightly going over that area where the blusher kind of rubbed off. This blusher is Them's 샘물 Smile Baby Blusher in the shade number 2 Mango Peach, just in case you're wondering. So I've tried both of these products on my face now and I think I have my verdict. Both of these products I personally really like. I think for the price they're wonderful and I just love the whole concept about dual-ended stick highlighter and contour. Contour wise I prefer the NYX one, but I actually prefer the ETUDE HOUSE's highlight a bit. I personally prefer a little bit more shimmery kind of highlighter than just more sort of like a very light vanilla-y concealer shade. It's just not pigmented enough to actually highlight your face like how we would normally use lighter concealers to highlight under the eyes and the bridge of our nose and those kind of things. So I think I prefer the pinky shimmery highlight a bit of the ETUDE HOUSE one. So both of them clearly have their pros and cons. I think it kind of depends on the availability of these products around you. I think the ETUDE HOUSE one is a lot more pigmented than the NYX one, which could be a good or bad thing. It depends on your personal preferences. I think the ETUDE HOUSE one is really good if you have more sort of a tan skin, but if you have really, really fair skin, I think going for the NYX one is a good idea. I hope my review / comparison of these two dual-ended highlighter and contour duo was helpful for you guys. Make sure to let me know in the comments box below what you would like to see next, and I'll see you guys again with my next video.